Hello and welcome to another episode of Discover with Sbenati. I'm your host, Dr. Sbenati, and today is an exciting, very exciting podcast. Thank you for those that are joining us on YouTube and those that are joining us on the podcast as you're walking your dog and going to the gym, wherever, or whatever it is that you're doing. Today we have an amazing podcast. We're going to talk about the coronavirus and how we can prevent it. We have a man with us, Chris, who works for or owns a company that actually produces these preventative products that not many people know about, and I think it's really exciting and very, very the flavor of the month, if you want to say, very pertinent to our situation right now. So without any further ado, Chris, if you just want to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about what you do, the company that you own, and how it relates to the coronavirus. And that's the camera that you want to point to.
So my name is Chris Kasowski. I own a company called Clear Disinfecting. We specialize in high-end disinfecting solutions, outbreak prevention, and outbreak control. Been around for a couple of years. There was a need for a company doing this in the market, so we identified that need and started it up.
Okay, so this company started, you said, a couple of years ago?
Yes.
Okay, and you started it?
I started it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what level has it reached now with the products that you have in relation to what's going on with the coronavirus? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So with any new company, any new idea, it takes a while to formulate it. The last year we've really morphed into what we're into now with outbreak prevention. So you have in society, we have a lot of outbreaks, childcare outbreaks in retirement facilities, long-term care facilities, flu outbreaks, but now we're dealing with coronavirus outbreaks,
right.
and everybody's concerned about this.
Of course.
So up to just recently, there weren't products that were available that allowed you to proactively protect yourself, protect your family, and protect your coworkers. Now we have active disinfecting products that you can use to be proactive, just like you go to the gym, you eat healthy,
Right.
You use soap, you wash your hands.
That's right.
These products are a proactive approach to keeping yourself healthy from viruses, germs, and bacteria. The one product we use is a 24-hour hand sanitizer. So a normal hand sanitizer and most chemicals and disinfectants use poison to kill. So you put it on your hands, you rub your hands. As long as it's wet, it works and it kills what's on there. But once it dries, it has no active. It does no residual and it's not continually protecting you. So the next person you go and shake hands with, the next surface that you touch,
That's gonna
potentially recontaminates yourself, and then you're ready to spread those germs again. The surface product that we use is a 30-day active disinfectant. So you apply it to a surface, it actively works on that surface for 30 days.
30 days.
So
And that's certified?
These are certified by Health Canada.
Okay.
They're used right now, certified in China, all through Europe, Saudi Arabia, New Zealand, Australia, Japan, China, United States, Canada, and a few other countries. So they're
So you're talking about your product is being used by all these different countries?
the products that we use are being used in all the countries.
Oh, wow.
All these countries, yeah.
Okay.
So it's made by Zuno,
Okay.
and the products come from New Zealand.
Okay.
The company is traded on the Australian Stock Exchange.
Okay.
So it's a legitimate company.
Right.
Like all the claims have to be when you're reporting to shareholders,
Right.
and you're making worldwide claims, and
Right.
they have to be true.
Of course.
And as with anything, whenever I try a new product, I always test it myself.
Right.
I do the lab reports, I do surface testing, and it does what it says it does. So.
Okay. So are you an import company then? You're an import company that
I'm a
brings...
service provider.
Okay.
So I both sell the products
Yeah.
and I provide them in my service.
Okay.
So my service itself encompasses more than just one product.
Okay.
So what we do is we bring together, through years of experience, all the best products in the industry, combine them into a system that works, and then we deliver them to retirement centers, childcare centers, commercial entities that A, don't have the knowledge and know how to use it, B, can't afford. Like one of the technologies we use is Steramist. It's used worldwide in the CDCs
What is this?
around the world. It was developed by DARPA to kill weaponized anthrax and Ebola.
Okay.
It against coronavirus, you get a 9-log kill. So a 9-log kill means...
Translate to us, because I have no idea what that means.
When you're looking at disinfecting, you want to look at kills. So 99.9, that's sanitization. And what sanitization means is it's safe for human occupancy or just safe for humans to be around.
Right.
You still have thousands and thousands of microbes on that surface.
Right.
99.99 is low-grade disinfecting.
Okay.
And you're going to get a lot of disinfectants that get 99.99.
Right. I mean, the majority of things that we see in the grocery stores or whatever you're going to buy disinfectants from, they say 99.99.
Yeah, and
right?
so that's 4 log. However many nines you have, that's how many logs you have.
Ah, that's what it is.
So high-end disinfecting is 6 logs.
Okay.
So 99.9999.
Got you.
And with Steramist, which was developed by DARPA to kill weaponized pathogens, you get 9 log or 10 log.
Wow.
Which is sterilized. Anything over 6 log is sterilization.
Wow.
And really, when you're dealing with an outbreak, you want to make sure everything's gone.
Wow.
So that technology itself is $30,000. So not many centers are going to go and spend that amount of money, get trained, and then continue to use it and know how to use it. So what we do is bring technologies like that, combine them with testing. We could take pictures of surfaces and show contamination on the surface itself.
Right. So is that stuff on the website if someone wants to see those kind of things?
Yeah, website, YouTube. Okay. We have some YouTube videos about it.
Okay.
Facebook, LinkedIn.
Yeah. Okay.
So we...
And what's the website?
The website is...
Just for our viewers.
www.allcleardisinfecting.com.
Allcleardisinfecting.com.
Allcleardisinfecting.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
Okay.
And then we put it all together in a package that is easily affordable and that people can understand and it works for them. So you don't have to spend years trying out products, trying what works, doing the lab results to verify it works. So we throw it together, we've done all that work, and then everybody else reaps the rewards.
So now with the coronavirus, how successful has your company been to try to spread this disinfectant or this preventative method so that you don't have the coronavirus as a potential problem in Canada?
There's been a lot of interest lately, especially with more cases in Canada the last couple of days. Up until now, there's been a lot of questions, a lot of fear, but not a lot of action taken by companies and people.
Right.
But
and that's
now
where you step in?
And so I'd get a lot of phone calls. I'd explain to people things you could do to keep yourself safe. One of the things you could do is wash your hands really well. Wash them for 20 seconds.
That's right.
That's important. But using the active disinfectants really helps you because you put a hand sanitizer on that works for 24 hours, you put it on once in the morning, you could use it all day. It protects you all day. It's safe for kids, you could drink the product. It's the same toxicity as vitamin C. So our son puts it on every morning when he takes his vitamins. So it's a proactive thing, just like taking his vitamins or brushing his teeth.
And if people want to buy this, they can buy it directly from the website or they have to go through some other site?
Well, they could contact us.
Okay.
And we can give you a discount code for Discover with Sbenati podcast.
There
discount
you go.
Code.
That'd be sweet.
And but then you could order online.
I don't get a cut.
Yeah, order online, or we could provide it directly. Drop it off directly in London.
Okay.
It will be offered. A lot of these products are offered on Amazon.
Okay.
They're going to be offered through possibly Staples and some different retail outlets.
Nice.
Just recently, these products have been used by the Toronto TTC, Transit Corporation, by Go Transit, New York Transit, London Transit.
By recent, you mean how recent?
Last week.
Oh, wow.
Last week, the Ontario transit systems all signed on.
Okay.
They've done extensive testing, and they found a 500% reduction in contamination after just one application.
Wow, okay.
And that'll stay like that for 30 to 90 days, depending on the surface.
Okay.
So what you're doing is you're controlling the environment.
Yeah, right.
So the way that people, if you're concerned about coronavirus, there's 3 ways that you can get sick. One is from person to person. So I shake your hand, and then you touch your face.
Right.
And then the virus is spread that way. Person to surface to person, and also by sneezing.
That's
and
right.
if you're within 6 feet or 2 meters, then you're more susceptible to catching it.
Right.
So if you see someone sneezing, try and be further than 2 or 3 meters away. And then for surface to surface or surface to skin, you can control that. You can control that with active disinfectant.
Excellent. So, excellent. Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer. People should actually get this and have it with them. I wish you had one with you, so I should show it.
Next time.
But I mean, allcleardisinfecting.com, and then people can actually seek out more information through you.
Yeah, and they're not expensive products. So a bottle that's going to last one individual person for 3 months is $10.
Okay, well, there you go.
A bottle that's going to last you for 6 months is $20. So it's the same as buying soap, only it's a good proactive measure to keep you healthy and safe. So.
Excellent. Okay, so you went into this. I want to go through your journey now. So we talked about coronavirus. We talked about how we can prevent it here in Canada at home, how it's really accessible for us to actually try to prevent this stuff. Now, I want to know, because I know a little bit of your story, and you went from being an employee to now being an entrepreneur. You weren't always an entrepreneur.
I wasn't always an entrepreneur.
So what got you to jump the ship and get into the entrepreneurial world? Because that's a beast. That's a whole different kind of beast.
It is. So I went to university, took a marketing degree with a minor in psychology. Got out, thought, okay, well, maybe I'll work for a Crown Corporation in Saskatchewan, and tried that. I worked for 3 different Crown corporations, and I found out that people got promoted not really based on merit. It was more on time worked. You didn't really get to use all the skills you want to use in business. Like, I like to do just general business. So do some marketing, do some finance, do some accounting, do some sales, the whole gauntlet of what makes business exciting.
Right.
And with working in a large organization, you're just kind of a cog in the wheel, and you're focused on one little aspect. So I worked there for a while and just didn't find it rewarding. It just sucked the life out of me. So then I decided to move to China, go out of my comfort zone. I was a shy kid. I grew up on a farm, like really shy kid. Yeah. So shy that the first girl I asked out in school, I didn't actually remember if she said yes or no because I was way too shy to ask her. So
you were that nervous?
Yeah. So anyways, moved to China, a place where I thought, okay, well, I'll go somewhere I don't know anybody, don't know anything, just survive.
Challenge yourself.
Challenge myself and grow. So I went there and lived there for a year, moved to Vancouver for 6 months, and then when I came back, found an opportunity with my friend's dad was starting a restoration company. Yeah. So I was the first employee that was hired there, and we just grew it from that into a multi-million-dollar company.
And that's when you got your flavor of
entrepreneurship. Yeah. So I was an employee, but I ran, built, and managed a business, and it was basically like a paid internship where I got to learn with somebody else's money before I started my own business with my own money.
So low to no risk, but you were in the front end, so you got all the experience without the risk.
Yeah, there's always risk. Like the way I like to put it, if you're a high-level manager, like a VP or a president or a general manager, if you're not driving sales and the company's not making money, you're not going to have a job anyways.
Right.
But your upside is only so much.
Right.
If you're an entrepreneur, you own your own company. If you don't do anything, you don't sell anything, you're not going to have a company anyway. So you're the same place as unemployed. Right. But the upside is just way more.
Of course.
However, there's a lot more work involved. Right. Most people, like you own a business. There's a lot in the background that happens that nobody ever sees.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's cool. That's cool. So then what advice would you give to a budding entrepreneur who wishes to be successful?
Advice, there's 3 things that have helped me be successful. One was surrounding myself by successful people and finding a good mentor.
Okay. Who was that?
My dad was always a hardworking guy.
Okay.
Always really respected him, and farming and whatnot with my family. You're an entrepreneur, and you have to go through tough times. So you see that, but. The guy that owned the company, Medius Restoration, that I started with, he mentored me quite a bit. He was a successful business person. Okay. I learned a lot from him. And then once I was done with that company and moved here, I found a couple really good mentors that have been in business and now they're consultants. So they helped me out a lot. But it's important to find a good mentorship group so you don't make those mistakes.
Right.
They can save you from making a lot of the simple mistakes off the start. And to us now, like, after having owned a business, you think they're simple mistakes, but when you're starting out, you don't know.
That's right. No, they're huge.
So try and find some successful people to surround yourself with. The other thing was a psychologist, and one of the most important sales things he ever taught me was, don't think you know what that other person is thinking.
Okay.
So if you're doing sales and you're scared to go sell your product, or you're like, okay, well, that guy's going to say no anyways, so you kind of talk yourself out of it sometimes. Don't assume, because you don't know what that guy's thinking. Like, don't put yourself in his head, because he could say yes. If you don't try, if you don't ask, for sure he'll never say yes.
That's right.
So that was another important business lesson. And the other one is, if you try hard and you do good quality work, generally it works out. My business model has always worked out for me is if I could do 10 jobs, I'll do 8 perfect instead of 10 average.
Right.
And a lot of companies, they'll go for quantity. So they'll do 12 jobs, but they'll do them subpar.
Right.
So if you focus on doing it perfect, you're going to get good word of mouth advertising.
right.
You're going to get return customers.
Right.
Return customers refer to you other return customers, and if they've paid you, you know you're going to get paid. So it's important you get paid.
Right. Of course.
So, yeah.
Of course.
So those would be the most important aspects I've learned.
That's awesome. And I just want to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question, and you can answer it the way that you want to answer.
Yeah.
What inspires you the most? What inspires you the most?
What inspires me the most? At this point in life, just being a good father to our son. My dad was always a really good father to us. He coached us in every sport that we played. He was always there, scored a good goal or hit a home run, you looked up, he was there. We had a really good family. So that inspires me to just be a good man, to be a positive member of society. Like part of the reason that we started this company was there was no good solutions for people that go through cancer treatments, that go through immune depressing treatments that need their home disinfected. The other technologies were too expensive, left residue, and they just didn't work for those people. So I always said if there was better technology, that I would open it up for that clientele to help them out. So
And you did.
and I
you
did,
did,
yeah. And
Good for you.
we grew up in a community where there's a lot of volunteerism, a small community, so everybody helped out. The Lions Club, working bingos for your baseball team. So I guess my family inspired me to, and now I just want to be a good father to.
That's awesome.
Good father, good husband, and good friend. So
And I mean, a good friend you are, and I'm sure you're a great father. I mean, just by the measure that I'm actually putting here towards the friendship that we have, I'm sure that you're a great father. So thank you so much for joining us on Discover with Sbenati. It was phenomenal. Thank you for sharing your insight and your input on coronavirus and how you started the business, why you went into entrepreneurship, and the advice that you give to budding entrepreneurs. So thank you for that as well. And I hope your son keeps inspiring you to do bigger and better things.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for those that tuned in to Discover with Sbenati on YouTube and on the podcast, and we'll see you again on Discover.